California Student Sustainability Coalition. For these past 9 years, you've been doing things. You've united, you've connected, and you've empowered students from across California. Change agents, that's what you are. You're working tirelessly to transform your campuses and your communities into models of sustainability, teaching you skills, but also modeling for the generations coming along and for the wider community to see. You've accomplished so much, and I'm so very proud of what you've done. But in a year of record temperatures, right? Catastrophic environmental disasters, both you and I know what comes next. We have to roll up our sleeves. We have to be more committed than ever before. Young people have a history of inspiring people like me to think big about our most complex and difficult problems. And we're going to need that tenacity and innovation and that collaboration to end our oil addiction and to attack global warming. It's going to take every bit of energy that we have. Because as we speak, there are special interests who are going to fight back. A couple of them are 2 Texas oil companies and the Koch brothers. Think about them in this context, and they're waging a war against clean energy. See what happens when you move forward and you make progress. You stir up a little opposition. The powers that are profiting by the status quo, they don't like this much. And right here we have it, in their bankrolling, a ballot initiative on the California ballot on November 2nd called Proposition 23 to overturn California's clean energy law. Now, the task is pretty straightforward. We can't let them win. We won't let them win, right?
Right.
Big oil doesn't want us to end our addiction. They want to enable it. It's really pretty simple. These corporate polluters don't want to tackle global warming. They fund the climate denial movement. And it's alive and well in this country. Just watch the advertising in favor of 23. See who's behind it. You can tell that in California they have to identify themselves as opposed to our United States Supreme Court ruling. Well, we want to move America forward, not backward. We want to start solving these problems, not pretend they don't exist. And guess what? We will win. And that's because we can do something in the long-spirited tradition of students doing things. We can start by voting no on Proposition 23. And you all know how disastrous Proposition 23 would be in our state. But I can tell you how disastrous it would be on our country. Where I work in Washington, D.C., a lot of states are watching very closely what we do. They always have known California is out there, out in front on conservation, on environmental issues. That's because we have set the pace with the laws that we have. And they're watching to see if this team, Texas Oil and these Koch brothers and others like them, if they can succeed in California, the rest of the country would be a pushover, right? So we're that bastion. We are the ones who will draw the line in the sand. So we now are leading the nation out here in California, actually in the world in many respects, to spur new technologies and create clean energy jobs. Clean energy has been one of the few bright spots in our state's economy, right? We can't afford to undo this law before it even gets underway. I know I'm going to do something. I'm going to fight to keep our nation on a path to cleaner, more sustainable energy future. I'm voting no on Proposition 23. So, now's the time to redouble our efforts. Every time the oil industry has tried to pollute our air and water, guess who's been there to stop them? Students. You guys. You've always risen up. You've always responded with very clear action. You've led the adults and showed them the way forward. Students have brought people together to grow environmental studies programs around the country, starting here in California. Students inspired leaders to create an Earth Day movement, and students have created a major role in creating California's historic clean energy law. You were there when that happened. Now you're going to be here to keep it from being thrown under the bus. We're standing on the precipice, aren't we, of a cleaner, brighter future. Are we going to turn back now? Are we going to let these big guys turn us back now? I can't do it without your help. We can't, each of us, do it alone. We've got to do this together. And the energy that this convergence encapsulates has got to just burst forth now as we go back to our individual communities and get people voting no on 23. So let's get out there and do something. This is our moment. One of the important dates to keep in mind is Monday. So as soon as you leave this convergence with all the energy that you'll have by the end of it, go back home and look on your campus for who's doing voter registration. Monday's the last day. Get out the vote. And this campus has set a pretty big goal of trying to register in 3 weeks since we've been in session 7,000 voters. That's UCSB's goal. What about your campus's goal? It's hard because, as you know, most students have either the newer